Hello everyone and welcome to Let's All Game. I'm your host Saino, and with me as always is Naylock.
Welcome.
It is August 15th, 2016, and we are here to bring you the news. Let's jump right into it. So, Final Fantasy 15 has been delayed. And it's not a small delay, like a week or anything like that. It is nearly 2 months later than the original release date. So originally scheduled to release on September 30th, it is now set to release November 29th. Good news though, the King's Glaive, which is the full motion movie, or not full motion movie, but the full movie theatrical release is still planned for August 19th. I'm going to go see it, and it does release on digital HD or Blu-ray August 30th and DVD on October 4th. Naylock, this is a huge bummer for me. What's your opinion on it?
I don't know. I'm glad, kinda. It's better than getting it lame on the first day out, which is not fun.
Like, what do you mean by lame? Just explain it for the people that are listening.
Well, the reason why I don't mind its pushback, I like that it's gonna get fixed or whatever the problem is. Opposed to coming out, sticking to the date no matter what, and then having a bunch of problems on the first day playing it, and then it just makes it look bad, and a bunch of people just dismiss it, and it's horrible for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's basically what a lame game coming out is. It's those day one patches that everyone's familiar with, right? They're pushing it back to polish the game more, is what essentially they're looking to do. And it's a bummer. I gotta wait 2 more months to play this game that I'm like super hyped about. But you know what? If it has to happen, it has to happen. It is what it is. Now, they did say that they had finished working on the master version of 15, so they are going to be doing a day one patch, but they felt that wasn't acceptable. So they're basically going to include the day one patch into the physical game once they actually finish with it. So that's the decision to delay the game, which I think is a great move.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes it look better than even a day one. They might be able to even do more stuff. Like, okay, here's the day one patch, and this is what would come out when it releases on this, on the original date. Then they're like, well, we could fix even more stuff if we just push the release date back, along with the stuff we're working on now. So it's like, yeah, let's just polish it more. Screw it. We already have a day one patch going, and if we need more stuff fixed, let's just push the date back.
Exactly. What's our next news story?
All right, we're getting some new info on Destiny's expansion, Rise of Iron. There's some PS4 exclusive content, which comes in the form of a map, a ship, and a quest. They don't have much info on the quest, and the ship's a ship. It's as far as I know, it's mostly cosmetic. Is that right?
I don't know. I would assume so. The ship, it is ultimately cosmetic, but
Well, this one, they didn't have any new info on this. This one doesn't do anything special. Okay. And the map is it's a Crucible. Is that right? Yeah, Crucible 6x6 map. This stuff is exclusive to PS4, but it's going to come out wide after fall 2017. And they said, well, this will be exclusive until at least fall of 2017. So eventually everyone will get it, but PS4 gets it first.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, this is the Rise of Iron, right?
Yes.
Yeah, after looking at the Destiny 2 online stuff, like the Destiny 2 leaks and the images and stuff like that, the Rise of Iron seems to flow well into it. Like, it is a seamless transition from the Rise of Iron into what does Destiny 2 leaks look like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely, even those leaks look like an epic sci-fi version of a forge, or a blacksmith and a forge. There's just fire all over the place. Yeah, definitely reminiscent of that, especially with the shield, sword, and board setup.
Absolutely.
They also announced that the expansion will come with all previous DLC, meaning all the other expansions come with it. And if you pre-order Rise of Iron, you will be able to access them right away.
Oh,
so
there you go.
It's a nice all-inclusive expansion, and it comes with 1 character boost if you lag, like if you stopped playing months ago and you've been lagging behind.
So that's pretty much what you're going to be getting, right?
Probably. And there's also a discount for if you get it on the last gen system, legacy console, they can upgrade the collection for $40, but only until January 31st, 2017.
That's not too bad. All right.
And only if you have the Taken King already.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. That
Well,
sounds
what
right.
it is it's like it's a incentive to transition from the PS3 and Xbox 360, because on August 16th it will no longer get major updates.
Right. No, I mean, I understand it, and it sounds like they've been doing this since their first expansion packs and stuff like that. So yeah, our final news of the day, we have Oceanhorn, which is actually it's an iOS game. It's also now on Steam as well, but it is essentially a Zelda-like game coming to PS4 and Xbox One on September 7th. And really, I think this is a fantastic game. It looks great. We have footage here, as you can see. It's beautiful. It's only $15 on PC right now. It's got about 15-20 hours of gameplay. So it's really a great game. Just wanted to announce that it is coming out on September 7th. That's probably going to hold me until Final Fantasy 15 or something like that. I know No Man's Sky certainly is. This can kind of be the game that I play on the side. So speaking of No Man's Sky, we finally got you a copy there, Naylock.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it? We've been playing it for a while. What's your opinion on No Man's Sky?
I think it's pretty neat. It's the only thing I would say is it's kind of lacking. I don't know, I guess lacking content, but it's like you're supposed to explore a lot, but it seems it's procedural, like it says. I mean, I didn't expect more of it, but there's not a lot of goals, even though it does randomly give me a goal, like go check this out on this planet and you'll get an upgrade, but that's about it. So it's basically my goal now is getting more inventory slots.
Yeah.
I could see it. It's like an awesome baseline for if they ever wanted to come out with like a big updates or DLC. Like I wish that they would take basically this entire design concept and turn it into an MMO. Like this is the type of space MMO I would want to play, because it's not like, hey, spend 20 minutes, landing or, adjusting your weapons and stuff like that. It becomes like, you're engineer on Star Trek half the time with a lot of space games, instead of just, I'm in my ship, shoot stuff. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Naylock's kind of referencing our EVE Online fresh look that we just did a little bit there. But
a little, yeah.
Yeah. With No Man's Sky, I think it is a fantastic game, and it is more of it's like a curiosity thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm in a new system. There's like 3 planets here, a couple moons. What am I going to find on here, right? Like, what is this? I don't want to make any spoilers or anything. Obviously, everybody knows that you're supposed to go to the center of the universe, but you don't have to do that. You will find things that point you in other directions. You'll find black holes that give you, shortcuts to the center of the universe. You'll find different materials, different guns, you can buy different ships. You can do trading. You can have pirate battles if you really want to. You can do all of these crazy things that the game doesn't direct you to. You have to go discover this. If you really want it, if you want that experience, if you want to see the game for all that it is, you have to go and find that. And some people don't like that. It's one of those things where there's no direction. Initially, there is direction.
Yeah, you can actually tell to not give you direction too at that point. It's just to get started direction, like, here, we'll push you a little bit and you'll figure everything out, and then we're going to be done with you.
Yeah.
It's basically, they use any sort of direction as a tutorial, basically.
So, how many planets, have you come across a whole bunch of different style of planets? Like, what are kind of the things that you've been seeing?
Oh, geez. I saw the one thing that really popped out is I got on a planet that said it had lots of fauna, which is animals, and no flora. I'm like, what is this? Just all meat eaters? What's going on? But I imagine that was a result of the way it procedurally generates stuff, and it's random, and they probably didn't. I mean, art wise, or like some plants on there, so you can make an excuse that, you know, that's how they're living. But I just thought that it just really struck me as funny that there was like no plants on this planet, and it's all animals. Like I said, there are a bunch of them. It was said like abundant or frequent or something, and I was just like, this is crazy, man. This might be some sort of Jurassic Park thing, but it was just like a lava planet. So I didn't see that many. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't explore enough. I kind of took off and went to the other planet.
Well, I mean, like, you know, whenever you do scan the species and stuff like that, it does tell you how they actually do absorb nutrients and stuff like that. Do they eat? Do they just absorb it? You know, like that sort of thing. I found a water planet, and it was literally 100% water. It was crazy. You know, I found one little island to land on, and then everything else was underwater. I had to go walking on the bottom of the ocean. I found a bunch of ruins and stuff like that. It was crazy, you know, like, because I'd seen nothing but like desert planets, you know, or kind of like a lush forest planet. But then I see this nothing but a water planet. I'm like, that can't be just water. Yeah, it is. And all of the inhabitants on there were robots. It was robots. Like, there was no organic material. There was no there was no flora or fauna. It was just robots. And I'm just like, this is crazy. This is a really crazy planet. So I think it's a great game. There's so much more to see. You know, it would take so much time for every single person to find every single planet. But you know what? This game can last you forever. Initially, like, essentially, it can last you forever. It's a game that never ends.
Pretty much. I mean, you just got to keep. I mean, there's no direction, but if you just keep going forward, I guarantee you'll find something interesting or something you haven't seen before. And I was doing that. I was like, man, I have weapons and stuff, but I haven't found anything. But then went somewhere, and it was immediately big space battle with a gigantic ship and like 80 ships just going on it, and it had a distress signal, so I'm like, okay, I'll start shooting the fighters, and I was picking them off, but then I guess I accidentally shot the big freighter, and it, like, all cannons came online. I was like, no. I was just trying to bail, and I could not. I was like refreshing my deflector just nonstop, just like fill it, trying to go fill it, and it ended up dying. I was like, oh my God. I was helping. I'm sorry.
Great thing, though, is that you do have save points. So
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the news. So thank you for watching. For Nailog, this is Sayuna. We are Let's All Game, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.